everyone, and welcome to Performer Talk. We are back here again, and today we are going to be discussing accepting others in your line of work, or what I think is a very, very nice word, collaborate with each other. Collaboration is, of course, a very important thing to do, and to quote the HSBC advert, I promise I'm not sponsored by them. Yet. You are not an island, so let's get to it! So, well done you! You've taken the jump and you are now a professional or a semi-professional. You have decided to let your art sing out around the entire world and let everyone see how awesome you are. Brilliant! Now, the first thing that I thought personally was when you become an act, when you are a professional and you decide that you want to go out there and do your thing, that you do it all yourself. You are told so many times that as a performer or an entertainer that you take on all the roles of a high-end company. For instance, you are your own accountant, you are your own director, you are your own costumer. You know, all those little things are down to you and no one else. So how do we get around this? I originally subscribed to this theory of everything is yours. You have to do it all yourself. When I was 14, 15, I joined my local magic club in Chester, which helped me learn my craft, but I separated them from social and business, because at 14, 15 I was clearly thinking of doing magic as a business. But anyway, I separated them. I went and I had a great time and I learned my craft there at the Chester Guild of Magicians, and I will always be grateful for them. I have loads of magic friends, but it wasn't until much later that I realised how important it was to make friends with other people in your industry. In all honesty, how to do this is really easy. Go on Facebook and type in whatever you are the performer are, especially if you are just starting. This is something that you might not have thought to do. It didn't occur to me for ages to type into Facebook magician groups and see what popped up. And it sounds so easy and so simple of a thing to do, but it just doesn't occur to people sometimes. And I can guarantee that there is definitely something out there on Facebook or out there in the world of the internet that exists for whatever it is that you do. And if it is something that's really, really specific, like, I don't know, you only get Sharpies and lick them as a performance art. But if it is something that's very specific to what you do, then you just go and create your own. Become your own master of this group. These are brilliant places for meeting others in your field, and then when you meet them in your field on the internet, you can then begin to make friends with them, and it doesn't matter if you live in America and they live in Greenland, it will help you to further your art. The great thing about the internet is that we can have friends literally all around the world from the comfort of your own home. People around the world have lots of different skills and lots of different ways of doing things, of doing your skill that you might have never seen before. And this allows us to connect with them and find out more about how they developed that particular skill. For instance, in magic, a lot of UK magicians are comedy magicians. This is a general rule, by the way. This isn't 100%. Whereas in Korea, a lot of the magicians there are manipulating artists. So they do stuff with cards and weird and wonderful things that you will have never seen before. It's incredible to think that that is their standard of magic, and ours is a guy on stage doing jokes whilst doing magic, you know? It's a really interesting sort of difference of culture. Now, of course, that is the internet, which is a worldwide incredible thing, but let's look a bit closer to home. Why should you collaborate with someone that's on your own doorstep? The performers who become friends with people in their own field will always be more successful than people who don't. it's pretty inevitable that in your job you will meet other people that do the same thing that you do. For instance, if you're a comedian, you will go onto a bill of lots of other comedians, and therefore you will meet other comedians. But don't just be the one that sits in the corner and doesn't talk to them. Go and talk to them and make friends with them, because you don't know what they have done, you don't know what they create themselves. And of course, making friends with these people can help forward your career very, very easily. For instance, let's just say you are a juggler and you juggle balls, and you juggle balls like no one's ever seen before. Balls. I'm so sorry. And you've made brilliant friends with a club juggler, and that club juggler is awesome at juggling clubs and he's fantastic at it. But the club juggler gets an inquiry for a ball juggler, right? And he knows that you're really good at doing that, and he's so and so at it. So he will pass the jig onto you. I'm not saying this happens every time, by the way, but this is how sort of the inner circle of performers work. You create a group of friends that do stuff like you, but maybe a little bit different. And that way you can pass each other work, and that's how you can then build up more and more work. Also, for instance, this club juggler might live in Glasgow, you know, and the gig might be in Devon. And therefore, what's the point of him travelling from Glasgow to Devon to do it when you live in Devon? And you're brilliant. So they'll ring you up and go, hey, can you do this gig for me? It's a brilliant way of becoming friends with people. And if nothing else, there's your incentive. Primarily though, do just become friends with these people. Because the more friends that you create within your own industry, the more times you can reach out to someone and say, hey, can I have help with this idea? Or is there any chance that you could mock up this thing for me? Because other people in your industry have their own set of skills as well. They might be a graphic designer, they might be a website designer, they might really like numbers and be an accountant, they might be a costumer as well as whatever it is that they do in their industry. And if you are just going in alone at this, then those people have the skills that you need and can help you out so much. And also, because they're your friend, they are more likely to be able to help you out. As I said in past videos, in the past video that I did a couple of weeks ago, I exchange ideas back and forth a lot with my friend Fritz with a Z in Amsterdam. But I also have friends that make amazing props as well, like Ashton Carter, who does incredible work and makes wonderful, incredible props. And he also performs weird and bizarre magic himself. And I also have another friend who is amazing at making technological props and is also a graphic designer, you know. So meeting all these people in your own industry can help to be able to forward your own career, so that when you have an idea and you go, oh, I want to do this thing, you can ring up your mate John, who is a builder of woodwork, and go, hey John, can you make this thing for me as a little thing? And he'll go, yeah, sure, I can make that thing for you. And then you ring up your mate Carl, and Carl's a graphic designer, and you say, Carl, can you like make me a logo so that I can put it on this wooden thing? And Carl goes, yeah, sure. Because you're giving them work as well, they're more likely to then go, hey Simon, there's a really cool gig coming up around the corner and I need help with this thing. Can you know, this is how it works. This is how it all works together. People that do what you do, they're not competition. You need to get that out of your head right away. They are not a competition. They are not a competition against you. The whole idea is to work with these people. They're your friends and future collaborators on work. They want to meet you and talk to you to expand their friend circles and expand their knowledge as well. You will know things that they don't, and they will know things that you don't. You know, we as humans are generally a helpful and kind species to each other, and if we are able to help people out, we will. And the more alone you are in your skill, then the less you'll be able to evolve it, and the more likely that you will lose your motivation to do it or can't envisage it going any further. Being with others and talking to others, interacting with them that do the same thing as you do will massively increase your performance skill. It will all help. Go out there, talk to people. There is a family out there just waiting for you to join them. So go find them and have fun. Now, thank you all so much for listening to this week's talk, and we will be back again soon, don't worry. And if you want to know when that is, don't forget to hit that little subscribe button so that it goes ding, ding. Also, please do like this video, comment if you have anything else that you want to add, and I will see you all soon. No matter where you are in the world, have a wonderful day, morning, evening, afternoon. I will chat to you soon. Thank you all so much, and I'll speak to you then.